Our theme for this month's YouTube challenge is Earth. So I've decided to do some recycling. And to start with, I've got this Journey Girl dress, and I really love the dress. It's beautiful and it looks really nice on the doll, but I want it shorter. It's too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 inches off the bottom and turn it up a bit, and then it will come just about at her knee. So in order to make sure I get the right length off the bottom, I am measuring 3 inches all the way around and marking it on the inside of the dress. You can see my marks there all the way around. I've got my ruler and I've measured the same all the way around. The next thing I'm going to do is cut this short, cut it along the lines that I've got there. So just follow your lines and cut this part off the bottom. You could always join your lines up if you don't feel confident enough to cut it without doing that. There we go. And then we still have this piece of fabric left. So this could be used to make a hair bow or even a Barbie skirt. There's enough lengthwise to make a Barbie skirt. But anyway, we're doing this one. So I've cut it to the length that I want it to be. Now I'm just gonna, this material doesn't fray, by the way, so I don't need to double turn it, but I am going to double turn it just for the sake of neatness. So I'm going to double turn it like a rolled hem, and I'm going to just pop a pin in there to hold it, and then I'm going to stitch all the way around on my sewing machine. So I've got it all pinned into position, and I'm now just going to stitch around there to hold it in place. So I've sewn around the hem of the skirt, and I've just added a little piece of lace to the bottom of there too, because I thought it matched the top quite nicely. So that's her little dress done. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how I make bows. And I'm going to use the rest of this material, so carrying on with the recycling theme. This is how I do it. I'm not saying everyone has got to do it the same, but this is how I make my bows. So I'm going to cut a piece of fabric. This is for an 18-inch doll, so it's going to be a fairly big bow. I'm going to cut this hem off the bottom. I don't need that on there anymore. So here's my piece of fabric. You want it to be about double the width that you want your bow to be. So I'm going to fold it in half like this. So pop a pin in where you're going to fold it. Then position this part in the middle at the back of your bow. Make sure you've got your right sides facing. The next thing I'm going to do on my sewing machine is just stitch across each end. So I'm going to close up those seams there. Let's pop some pins in there. Leave this bit open because you'll need it to turn your bow the right side out. You'll need that gap to turn your bow the right side out. So I'm just going to stitch across there and across there. So I've sewn my seams on my bow, I've got this bit left open to turn it the right way out. So turn it the right way out, make sure you get right into those corners to make those. Here we are. Now the next thing I'm going to do is find the centre, fold it in half and press along the centre to make your seam. You can see my seam there. So the next thing I need to do is do a running stitch up that centre seam. So start at the bottom and just go in and out all the way from the bottom to the top. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered up anyway. So when you get to the top, pull your gather stitch so that you've got it bunched up in the middle there, and then wind your cotton around it a few times like this, and just finish off your stitch in the back there. Okay, so here's your basic bow all made ready. The next thing I'm going to do is glue a piece of matching ribbon around the middle. So I'm just going to use my hot glue gun to glue that around the middle and cover up that stitching and just make it look pretty. So little blob of glue on the back, wrap the ribbon around the front, back to the back, another tiny blob of glue, glue it again, and then you can do whatever you want to it. It could be stitched onto somewhere. I'm going to use a hair clip that I've got. I'm going to glue that onto the back so I can clip it into the doll's hair. So how I do it is to put the glue onto the clip, and I just glue that into position like this. And there we go, we have a hair bow. So let's try the dress and the bow on the doll. So there's her hair bow. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? Looks cute with that on. And there's her little dress. So what I did was, rather than keep the dress and have her never wear it, I took it up and made her a bow out of the piece of fabric I cut from the bottom. So the next thing I'm going to do for my recycling is show you how to turn this set of babies' little shorts into a pair of cycling shorts, so longer or capri trousers for your 18-inch doll. So turn your trousers inside out, fold them in half, matching your seams up, your back seam with your front seam. Make sure you've got your bottoms. I love that little frill on the bottom of there. I think that makes all the difference. So get your trousers folded in half as neatly as you can with your seams matched up. Here we are. It's especially important that this bit here is matched up. So there's that. Then we're going to lay our doll on here. So this is how it's going to go. This will be the back. This is too long. We're going to cut this off and roll it over again. But this is where the bit will come between her legs, and then it will come down. Actually, it'll probably nearly make her a pair of long trousers, won't it? So you can see that they're far too wide. So what we need to do is make sure that your seam at the back is in the middle of her back. So this seam here needs to be on the seam of her back there. And we need to allow a little bit of seam allowance because we're going to have to take that in. So get your pen and draw. Make sure you leave a seam allowance. So I'm going to go to about here. I'm leaving a good, these are stretchy, so they will stretch, but you need to come up to here, see? And then all the way down to the bottom. Then I'm going to cut through here, through all 4 layers of fabric, and then I'm literally going to just stitch that up, and we should have a pair of trousers for it. So I'm just going to cut up there like that. But when I can get to the car boot, I do buy pretty things like this, pretty baby clothes, things like that I can use to recycle and turn into something for my doll. So you can see here, these are going to be her trousers. I've left quite a broad seam allowance there, but when you lift that up there, you'll see it's not actually that broad. The next thing I'm going to do is stitch down both sides. So I'm going to stitch down there, and then we'll see if we can get away without turning this down. But if not, I'll cut the top off, we'll turn it down, and I'll put some fresh elastic in it. So let's get that sewn up and try it. So I've taken them in. I'm going to try them on her, and I think I'm going to have to cut this top part off and refold it over and add some elastic in there. Here we are. Yeah, you can see I definitely need to take that top up. But once I've done that, and folded that over, they're going to be lovely, aren't they? So I'll do that now. I'm going to cut. Let me show you how to do it. So I'm just going to go round with my scissors and cut the elastic off as close to there as I can. And then I'm going to fold this over so that it's deep enough to fit in a fresh piece of elastic, and make sure you leave a seam allowance for your sewing as well. So I'm going to stitch all the way around there, leaving a gap of about that wide in the back so that I can thread my elastic through. So I'm going to start sewing here, sew all the way around, leave a little gap there. So I've stitched it all the way around the top there, leaving a little gap here. So I need to get my elastic and measure around her waist. There we are, just loosely, because with the fabric in the way, it will make it tighter. So that's how long I need it to be. Then pop your elastic onto a safety pin. And thread it through the waist of your trousers. So then I'm going to stitch this elastic, stitch it together, and I'm going to just stitch this part of the seam down once I've tucked that inside, and then we can put them on her. Here we are. So you can see that I fastened the elastic together, tucked it up into there, and I've just stitched that hole closed. So the next thing we do is try it on our doll. And we're done. She's got a little pair of summer cycling shorts that cost me around 10p, I imagine. So that was my recycling. Also, I thought, as the theme was Earth, I would share some non-Earthling dolls with you. I have my alien dolls, my Novi Star collection to share with you. So, who have we got? So I've got this girl. I can't remember. Some of them I did buy new in box, and others I've bought from eBay. But this is Universe, Orbit Beach Universe. So that's her. She's fun, isn't she? Then I've got this girl. Look at her. I love her hair. She is called Curl and Coil Robotic. Look at her hair, isn't it fantastic? That's her. Ali Electra. She's got little aerials on her head, look, little antenna. She's cute, isn't she? And she's got her little gold shoes on. Then we've got Ari Roma. She's pretty, I like her. She's all glittery and she's got this really fluffy two-tone purple and lilac hair. Then I've got this girl. She comes with wigs and things. You can see she's got her little white and silver shoes on. Here's one of her wigs. Look at that. How cute is that? She's got like little antennae as well in that wig, and she's got pink curls and pink and yellow strands. Keeps falling off her head though. Let's try that again. Here we go. Yeah, doesn't she look pretty with that wig on? And she comes with lots of other little accessories as well. She comes with little outfits that you can pop her in. They're like, they feel a bit silicone-y, if you see what I mean there. And you can pop them on and they sort of wrap around. They've got splits in the back. Sure, I got her new in a set, that one. Then I've got this girl. She's another one of the ones that comes in a set, and this is her wig. It's like a mint green and lilac, really pretty colours. So that's her. And I think she's called Galexa Stella Skins, that's it, and she comes with different, this one you can see is bones, like a skeleton. Yeah, Galaxy Stella Skins, that one is, and this one is CC Through Stella Skins. Yeah, that was the yellow and pink wigged one. And my very favourite one is Frostina. I love this one. I love the colours of her. Look at that hair. Look at her eyes. Love those eyes. She's just really cute, and she's got sprinkles in her legs, look. Can you see the... Yeah, she's got sprinkles in her legs. Yeah, she's Frostina. So that was my monthly challenge video that has been arranged by Tammy Powley over at Peace Love Craft Dolls. Please pop and visit the other channels in this collaboration. I'll pop their links in the description box below, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.